This video, part 2 of lesson 1, will continue our exploration of early humans and early civilizations, focusing on Sumerian technological advancements and the rise of the world's first empire. The 4th millennium BCE in Sumer saw significant technological innovation. Key inventions included bronze manufacturing, marking the beginning of the Bronze Age, as well as the plow, the wheel, and advanced irrigation techniques. Sumerians also developed a sophisticated mathematical system and one of the greatest inventions of the period, cuneiform writing. This script, with its wedge-shaped symbols, was used for laws, religious texts, and commercial records on clay tablets. This image shows a Sumerian clay tablet with cuneiform writing, along with small clay tokens and their impressions on, quote, bulle vessels, illustrating early accounting methods. Sumerians were polytheists, with each city honoring its own patron god. Immense temple complexes, featuring ziggurats, served as centers for worship and religious rituals, demonstrating the god's central role in society. Powerful kings, or luguls, emerged as warlords and legitimized their rule through religious institutions. The legendary Gilgamesh, hero of Uruk, is a famous figure from this period, whose exploits were recounted in the Epic of Gilgamesh. This slide displays a gold and lapis lazuli headdress from Ur, believed to have belonged to a queen or elaborately dressed attendant. It also features the Epic of Gilgamesh, inscribed on a cuneiform tablet. Around 2300 BCE, the independent Sumerian city-states ended with Sargon of Akkad's conquest, creating the first known empire. The Akkadians adopted Sumerian culture and adapted cuneiform to their Semitic language. Sargon's empire encompassed Mesopotamia, northern Iraq, Syria, and southwestern Iran. His rise, recounted in the Legend of Sargon, describes his journey from humble beginnings to a great king and conqueror, favored by the goddess Ishtar. The Akkadian Empire, the world's first empire, reached its greatest extent under Sargon, including all of Mesopotamia and expanding into Syria and Anatolia at the time of his death in 2279 BCE. Rivals of the Akkadian Empire included the city-state of Ebla in Syria and the Elamites in southwest Iran. Both adapted Sumerian cuneiform and eventually suffered defeat at the hands of the Akkadians. The Akkadian Empire collapsed in 2193 BCE, likely due to internal decline and famine, exacerbated by incursions from nomadic Guti tribes. The Guti ruled Sumer for about a century, before being expelled by a Sumerian resurgence. Sargon's conquests transformed Mesopotamian politics, leading to later empires. The third dynasty of Ur reunited Sumer, with rulers like Ur-Nammu, known for his law code. However, foreign invaders eventually caused its collapse by 2004 BCE. Amorite migrations led to the disappearance of Sumerian as a spoken language. Hammurabi of Babylon, in the 18th century BCE, created an empire encompassing Mesopotamia, known for irrigation projects, new temples, and his famous legal code. The Code of Hammurabi, inscribed on this stele, is a complete example of his legal edicts, aimed at establishing righteousness and protecting the weak, famously summarized as an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Ancient Egypt, once lush, became the arid Sahara around 6000 BCE. People retreated to the fertile Nile River Valley, where agricultural techniques from the Levant were introduced around 7000–6000 BCE, fostering early Egyptian culture. Over thousands of years, two distinct kingdoms developed along the Nile, the Kingdom of Lower Egypt in the Delta region, and the Kingdom of Upper Egypt further south upriver. Around 3150 BCE, Egypt unified under a single powerful kingdom, possibly by King Narmer or Menes, marking the early dynastic period. This era established a bureaucratic system and saw the emergence of the pharaoh institution and unique religious practices. The Narmer palette, dating from around 3150–3000 BCE, is thought to depict Egypt's unification. It shows King Narmer wearing the crowns of both Upper and Lower Egypt, symbolizing the merged kingdom. Ancient Egyptians were polytheists, worshipping many deities like Re, Isis, and Osiris. The predictable Nile flooding, central to Egyptian life, was explained through myths, fostering a sense of cosmic order and justice, known as Ma'at. This image depicts Queen Nefertari being led by Isis, the Egyptian goddess of fertility. It reflects the deep religious beliefs and the importance of deities in ancient Egyptian society. Egyptians developed hieroglyphics, meaning, quote, sacred writings, a complex system combining alphabetic, syllabic, and word signs. They also created hieratic, a simplified version, for daily use. Hieroglyphics were carved in stone and written on papyrus scrolls preserving myths, poetry, and daily life records. The Rosetta Stone, discovered in 1799, was crucial for deciphering this ancient script. The age of pyramid building, known as the Old Kingdom, 2613–2181 BCE, saw the construction of massive stone pyramids serving as tombs for pharaohs. These structures reflect the pharaoh's power and sophisticated state organization. Pyramids were vital for Egyptian religious beliefs, preserving the body for the spiritual elements like the Ka and Ba to survive after death. This detailed timeline outlines the various ages of ancient Egypt. The Middle Kingdom period, 2040 to 1782 BCE, marked a second age of Egyptian greatness, with rulers like Mentuhotep II and Senusret III re-establishing centralized control. Egypt acquired its first standing army and expanded its territorial influence. This pectoral, a gold and semi-precious stone jewelry piece, exemplifies the refined artwork of the Egyptian Middle Kingdom period. It belonged to Princess Sithethoriunet and showcases the era's artistic sophistication. The death of Amenemhat III led to Sobekneferu, the first female pharaoh since before the Old Kingdom. Following a period of decline and weakening central control, the Hyksos, Semitic-speaking chieftains, asserted power in the Nile Delta. After defeating the Hyksos and expanding control south into Kush, Egypt entered the New Kingdom, 1570 to 1069 BCE. This period represented the zenith of Egyptian power and cultural influence, establishing a true empire. The Great Temple of Ramesses II at Abu Simbel stands as a monumental example of New Kingdom architecture, reflecting the immense power and influence Egypt achieved during this period. East of Mesopotamia, in the Indus River Valley, another early civilization flourished from circa 2800–1800 BCE. Its cities experienced decline in the early 2nd millennium BCE, leaving cultural artifacts as our primary source of information.